We're keeping this part in. Hey, everybody, we got a great episode for you. Just heard Ryan Singer. That's the surprise. We're doing this pre-show chit-chat. Just to let you know, go to our YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Not as much Twitter. Seems like a real shithole over there right now.
I think nothing on Twitter.
Yeah, nothing is.
Yeah, we
exist.
Fuck it. But new clips every week on all the socials. We put full episodes up on YouTube. If you are a Patreon member, you're getting them on the Patreon right on time, and you're getting a bonus episode. If you're not a Patreon member, you get Tuesday's episode video a week late, and it's just as funny. And sometimes people say it's funnier after. But then subscribe. We do shorts, we do pitches and clips, and Alex touches people. But
well, I want to jump in. Usually I don't jump in on these, but I do feel like I need to jump in.
We are ready to go.
That. Okay.
Like, subscribe. YouTube's the important one.
Help us out. Go subscribe. Tell your friends.
Smash that subscribe button.
And I don't touch anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Figuratively, he doesn't touch them.
Hello.
Welcome to the Backyard Hang.
On today's episode, we got special guest, comedian, podcaster, documentarian, good guy, Ryan Singer.
Yeah.
Man of the
Ryan
people.
Singer
like
is with
that.
us.
Thank you.
Do you want to, should we say ghost? Would you say ghost hunter?
Oh, no,
ghost
you can't hunt things that are already dead. But I would say, I'm not going to try to get into my act here.
Cryptid enthusiast.
Can we work? Can we put a bit up on blocks real quick?
Yeah,
I would
throw it up.
love it.
Let's
Throw it
put
up there,
something
yeah.
up on blocks. So I've been doing this bit on and off for a few years where I go, I'm not a ghost hunter. You can't, to me, that's still, you can't hunt something that's already dead. Can you imagine Can you imagine walking into a ghost hunter's house and he wants to show you his trophy room and it's just a bunch of empty plaques?
Yeah.
To me, maybe I'm asking too much of an audience to use their imagination. And then I'm like, okay, how about a ghost hunter on Instagram, with his fresh kill photo where it's just a guy holding up nothing,
just in the woods.
17 pounds at the Maryland Asylum. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a lot of ectoplasm.
Maybe I should tag it with that.
There's a lot of ectoplasm.
It's not those follow-ups aren't hitting at all. And I should drop it.
Well,
but
let me
I
know what they
refuse.
say about the ectoplasm.
Well, what I think.
So we're out the gate with you can't hunt something that's already dead, right?
Yes.
That's a good
That's
line.
getting a laugh, right?
Yes.
I feel like we're on track and we can get this other stuff working.
What I think you
can't
got
hunt
is
something that's already dead.
Is a
I
good
remind
sketch.
myself of that every time I call my ex-girlfriend up.
Try that. See that?
Not that she's dead. The relationship.
I didn't understand that one.
Maybe you say that. No, she's dead. Can we also fill other people? Can we fill the audience in on what's going on with you, Tommy, right now?
Oh yeah, I guess we should.
And then I'll do the rundown.
Oh yeah.
Let's fill everybody in on what's happening.
Just some personal news. I was at the baseball field all day today, and I had my gummies. I put them in the car to remind myself to buy more, and then they melted and became one. And I went and I just kind of scooped my finger around, and they grabbed my finger, like they didn't want to be separated. So I just ate them all, and we are on a clock. So
And
I
who
would
are
say,
you to separate gummies?
How many
get a little
milligrams would you guess you have in
I
you
know
right now?
I'm exaggerating for effect. I do know that it is only twice as much as I normally take.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But I
Double
feel like
the normal
double-
dose is the amount you take to have fun.
I think we're about to have fun.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. We do these. If you're a little peek behind the curtain, we do this one, which you're listening to now, for free on Tuesday. And then if you're a subscriber to our Patreon for the low price of $5, or you can be, we have tiers with things. But right now, if you got $5 on you, that Patreon episode is next. And I may be.
It's going to be.
I'm going to be in.
It's going to be bonkers.
Throw in the comments what time you think the weed hits Tommy.
just mark it. I'll
Throw it in the comments.
That's great.
For a guy who takes the gummies because he likes knowing exactly how much he's taking, wild card move to just be like, I'm going to eat this glob of gummies
That is
in the car.
This is like a growth moment.
This
right?
is you know what it is?
Yeah,
It's
I think
Alex,
we should encourage this, right?
Alex, it's Alex. It's a bit of Alex knowing me. It is an off behavior for me, and the reason is because I went to get the regular gummies I take, which are low dose. They kick in 15 to 30 minutes, and you're gravy. They didn't have those, so I get the same amount with some CBD, and I'm taking these. These guys are just like like one of those like restaurants that run by an old couple that just opens whenever and then they close.
Mhm.
Like I'm not even sure. I forget I took them, and then they'll just punch me in the gut in a fun way, or they'll just hit super quickly.
The fun way to get punched in the gut, which, by the way, is such a funny
Punch in the
image to
gut?
me that there's actually a fun way to get punched in the gut.
Yeah.
That Pillsbury Doughboy liked it.
Oh, that's right. He was more poked. Was he poked or punched?
I don't think he's allowed to talk about it until the trial.
Well, on today's episode, we got some laugh of the weeks. Alex has an etiquette question. Tommy has a conversation starter. We all got It's Good. We're going to wrap it up with a Could You Rather. We also have a shout out from the Backyard Gang. I got a new segment called What the Fuck Just Happened? And we're going to talk about Ryan's big new project with friend of the podcast, Dave Waite, Attack the Wax. All that. That's a lot. We got to get to
That's
a lot.
What do you want to start with? Fire one up, dude.
You also, you can't hunt something that's already dead. You also can't have sex with something that's already dead. That's just a piece of free advice.
Yeah,
I just wanted one tag in that joke. You don't even have to use it. I just need. I do love.
That's just a piece of free advice.
It's just a piece of free advice.
Take that home with you.
Yeah. That's a good way to get kicked out of church.
Now, but the question then becomes, we're not going to go. Okay, I was going. What if it's alive when you start having
When
sex?
you start, well, then you really did a good
This
job.
is great. I like that
Right?
we're going here. This is a Ryan Singer moment that we got to this part of the bit. What if it was alive when you started?
And then it's dead at the end.
And keep in mind, I'm only saying it because it's dead now.
Yeah. Yes.
Before
It was
she was her.
Yeah. Yeah. She was her, but now has become it.
We started with a bit. We've ended up with a crime somehow. I don't know how we got
Funny
to crime.
crime.
I mean, the best kind of crimes
Funny
are the
crime.
ones that didn't really happen.
Leave it to the PE teacher to weigh in and ruin everybody's fun.
Alex, you want to talk?
What school did you go to that PE teachers are dressed like this?
This is exactly how the PE teacher at Everett School dresses.
I look like a hunter who just came out of the
Yeah, I
woods,
think
if
you look like
anything.
a hunter.
A PE
This
teacher
is
is
I think
wild.
you look like a hunter that gets a lot of shit from his friends about his tights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're hunting chipmunks
pro
with
tights here,
tennis
you know?
balls. Well, okay. Well, here's one more follow-up question. I promise I'll let that
That's
joke
okay. Yeah,
lie.
go.
Are we talking physical death or death in brain? Because I think those things happen at different times, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are we talking?
I hadn't thought about that before, and I can't.
And is
answer
death
your
even
question.
real? Can we get to that part? Also, okay.
I do think this is important to the bit, so we should full stop and
Yeah.
figure it out before we go any further.
Okay.
Is death even real? Your Honor. Is how
Death
that's
is
normally.
real. I think.
Is that's like a guy at
Yeah,
trial for doing it.
That's like my opening statement. What if? Oh my god! But that is a fun idea to think that a guy proves that death isn't real because he's on trial for
kind
murder.
of in a Miracle on 34th Street type trial.
Yes, but for death.
That's a movie.
Yeah,
I'd
they bring in a
watch.
bag of letters to the Grim Reaper.
Be the Santa Claus of
This
necrophilia.
is, I mean, we're like teetering into an actual movie here. Letters to the Grim Reaper. And the whole thing's gonna work.
Well, what do you got up on that rundown there, Andy
Let's do
Woodhull?
the shout out first because I got a fun shout out.
Shout
You
'em
guys
out.
got any shout outs?
I got no shout outs, but I shout them out.
When we
forgot to.
we give shout outs to the Backyard Gang. That's what we call
I
our
do
fans.
think there was one. While you're looking,
Here's mine. Mine happened. So I flew to Montana this week, and I'm getting on the flight. I barely make the flight. The traffic was terrible on the way. It took like an hour and 45 minutes to get from my place to LAX,
That's
which
crazy.
should only be 25 minutes. It's 11 miles. I almost don't make the flight. I'm the last one on. The person's like literally closing the door, goes, "You just made it." I get on the flight. I'm in the window seat. Two people in the aisle and the thing. I'm like, "Oh, I'm in the window. Hi, how you doing?" And they don't move. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just saying if you guys want to let me in." And then they pull their legs back a little bit, like they want me to climb on top of them. And I'm like, "You want me to?" Okay. And then I just, put my private parts in these people's face as I climb over their bodies. And so that's not the shout out. That's just the setup to the shout out. And then the next day I get on Instagram a message that says, "Hey, this is crazy. We don't even know each other, but did you take a flight from LAX to Salt Lake City yesterday?" And I respond, yeah, that was me. And he's like, oh, crazy. I think you're funny. Also, I can't believe those people made you climb over that.
Oh my God, you have a witness.
Amazing.
You have a witness.
That's
Isn't
the
that
best
so
thing
funny?
ever.
Yeah. And I think the guy's a comic, so I just want to give him a shout out because you follow him, Tommy, so maybe you even know him. I wrote his name down and now I can't find it.
Spencer.
Just keep going. It does start with F. Steve Solberg.
Oh,
Steve
yeah,
Solberg.
he's
Yeah.
great.
Shout out to Steve Solberg. It really made me laugh. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great shout. I've been
Good
on
dude. Funny dude.
the other side of
Looks
that
like Kevin Bacon.
where someone in the middle just climbed over me. Didn't even give me, they weren't like,
didn't give you a second.
didn't give me a chance to
You want
get
to get
up.
out?
Just climbed over me.
You want the butter, the balls.
You
I'm
didn't
coming.
think you
were
were
we
asleep?
together when that happened?
We were, I mean, maybe
Were you
it's
the
happened
one that did
before,
it?
That
but
happened. The same thing happened to me very recently, and I can't remember where it is. But I know I was with Everett, but sometimes you're with me and Everett. Where someone just launches up and then over, and I'm like, she's
It's a-
fucking 9.
it's a crazy
Give us
move.
a second
Yeah.
here.
This, I feel like we've got a bunch of different segments melting into one. This is etiquette.
Uh-huh.
This is a shout out, and this is also, what'd you say? Oh, what the fuck is happening now?
What the
There's
fuck's
a little
happening
bit of a
here?
What the
What
fuck is
the
happening?
fuck's
fuck is
happening?
happening here?
You guys want to hear what the fuck's happening?
Wait,
here
do
real
we have a
quick?
rundown?
Oh, we did it already.
All right.
Oh,
Am I?
This
Damn.
All right,
gummy
time's
came in
up.
quicker
Yeah.
than
Ding,
we
ding, ding,
thought.
ding,
Speed it up.
Oh no. I was looking at my phone for my shout out, which I'm just gonna
Oh yeah, get that shout out going.
Patreon. You know, you say stuff on Patreon when we do see it.
Mhm.
We talked about luggage at
We
some
read
point
everything you write on Patreon.
on
One of us does.
the last Patreon, I believe. And so, ride on luggage. Do you remember talking about ride on
Mhm.
luggage?
Yeah.
Zach King says, I remember seeing some ride on luggage in a little Johnagin joint called the Holiday Shift, which is still free on Roku.
Oh.
That's my guy who I, just know from the comments here, reminding everybody it's about that season. You can watch Holiday Shift
Time
again
to rewatch
or
it.
for the first time.
It doesn't even need to be that season to watch something funny and sweet. Come on, get on it.
I
Free
will
on
watch
Roku.
Christmas movies all year round.
There it is.
Really?
I'm that guy.
All year?
I'm here for it. I love it.
What's the
I
most
was drinking
recent
eggnog
Christmas
before
movie
I
you
came
watched?
over.
Guy loves
not
that.
kidding.
Guy loves that.
How do you get off season eggnog? You making it?
Off season.
It's not
Ralph's
the season
is
for.
fully stocked.
They don't get eggnog until they stop selling pumpkin
I've got
spice.
photo proof right here. I had eggnog. I had choices. I had a wide selection.
What do
I
you
had all of them. I got the unleaded. I got
Unleaded.
the low fat.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Well, what do you got? Leave me this. What the fuck is happening here?
Yeah,
Andy
this one I
Woodhull?
knew.
I legitimately don't remember
what the fuck
going
is
through the
happening here?
rundown, but it's not a gummy thing.
Yeah, no, and we
Yeah,
believe
did
it for
do
sure.
Yeah.
We
That's
definitely.
such a bananas. I don't like that.
But when you did say that there were tiers of Patreon, I was like, I imagined there was
There's
this
tears.
Criers,
entity.
crying.
Well,
named
we tell some
Patreon, just
pretty
like-
sad stories.
Yeah,
on
there's
that.
to
I'm crying,
Patreon's
yeah.
real
That's the
sad.
thing about the Patreon.
Yeah,
we
I mean,
tell
you'll-
stories we can't tell here.
You're
We
gonna
try
be
to keep
on.
this light, but over there it's real sad.
It's pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
It's very up.
Yeah.
First 2 minutes.
Here I am. Here's my what the fuck is happening here. I'm at a restaurant after my show on Saturday night, and I'm eating a burger. Or I haven't even started eating yet. I just have a plate that has a burger on it and fries, double cheeseburger, fries, glass of water. That's everything on my plate.
Mhm.
Guy I don't know taps me on the shoulder, goes, "You gonna eat all that?" And I thought, was he at the show? And he wasn't. It was just a stranger. You can eat all that. And I can't figure out, did he want some? Was he somehow making fun of me? It wasn't an
Was
insane
he,
amount
I
of
need to know
food.
this question. Was he like a fitness guy? Did he look jacked,
No,
thin?
no. I mean, just look like a regular Montana dude.
Do your best impression of the tone of voice he said this in.
Hey, you can eat all that?
That sounds like he wants some. If that, I mean,
You
and
think
you're-
I would give him a bite? I'm at a table with 3 other comics, too.
I think there's zero chance he wants to eat some of it. I think there is maybe a chance that that's like his bit that he does to people.
Uh-huh.
You gonna eat all that?
That's Tad. That's
He
Tad
does.
with his. You gonna eat all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, does he
Next
know
thing
how
he's-
that just
guy,
rattles
we
around
just, like,
in someone's
A year
mind?
from now, there's just Madison Square Garden. You gonna eat all that?
Yeah, he's so.
T-shirts, things.
It's
People
in my
come
head,
with plates
man.
of food to the show.
That sounds like that guy was definitely, I guess, having a run at you.
He's making fun of me. I
No,
was like,
That's
look,
just
look
his
at this
thing, I
guy
think.
and
He
no,
probably-
he's trying to get a laugh.
he
I think.
probably
ugly
made his
food,
rounds
his fat food.
Because it's like
in the
walking up
night.
to somebody eating a fruit cup, being like, "You gonna eat all that?"
Uh-huh.
Like a normal thing that someone would eat, and that's the joke to him.
Was it a lot of fries and a big burger?
No.
Like, it's a double burger.
No,
was it like a
it's
smash?
a double smash burger.
That's
and
That's
fries.
normal.
It's
and
the
water,
most
a
normal
glass
thing.
of water.
It was at a place that only sells burgers and fries. That's it.
You're gonna eat all that, is what he said.
You gonna eat all that? You gonna eat all that?
I think maybe this Tad's just working the room like he's Sinatra in Vegas. You know
Yeah,
what I
what's
mean?
the
You don't
situation?
know. He's just
You
He
coming
didn't
around.
say anything to other guys.
You guys are joshing around at the table.
Yeah.
He leans in or he walks by.
He leans in. He taps me on the shoulder. I look up. I think it's gonna
Oh,
be
but
a
he's
guy
standing. He's not at a table.
Yeah.
Okay.
he's standing. I think it's gonna be a guy that's about to like, hey, you're great, but it's not.
How do we know he wasn't at the
So
show?
what was the
Because the
response?
shows are small. I got every face. I got every face of the show in my memory. We're going to talk about the show on the Patreon. That's not for the normal thing. Some stuff happened that needs to be addressed.
Oh,
at
wow.
these shows.
Oh, okay. This is exciting.
I
That's
mean,
gonna be
if
on the
you're not good
Patreon.
on this week's Patreon,
You got to
Here's
get
the
behind
thing.
the paywall for what I got to
Everybody-
say.
go to the Patreon, subscribe, and then private message me if there's anything I need to handle, because these things are going to happen.
Here's a
full
little
on.
spoiler teaser. Andy did have a police escort from the show, but so you'll have to hear
Oh,
about
wow.
that.
Great
Wow.
tease. Yeah, great tease.
And I don't know
So
if
you
that's
guys
true
want-
in any way. But
You
wait,
guys
let
want me to get on this rundown?
hold
No,
on a
hold
second.
on.
1 second. I got a follow-up question here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you don't want me doing follow-up questions on the
No,
rundown.
yeah, go ahead.
What was his reaction? What was your reaction to his question? Are you
Well,
gonna eat all
I
that?
was like, yeah.
And what was
And then
his
he turned
reaction?
around, and then I said to the other guys, "Did you hear what he said to me? What? Why did he say?" And nobody knew.
That sounds like you're trying to coin a catchphrase. Did you hear what he said to me?
Did you hear what he said to me? Now we could do that old theater trick where we change the emphasis on every word.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear what he said to me? Or did you hear? No, but okay, we're
I've
not
never
going to do
done
that.
that. That
But,
sounds.
it's
You
an
have to pick
old
a short
theater trick.
sentence.
But yeah, you do have to pick a short.
Well, I also have a question.
Let's get a
before-
3-word.
Before
yeah.
we move
no,
on.
yeah, let's hear it.
And I think everyone wants to know, did you eat all that?
I did every
Okay.
bit of it. Yeah, I was starving.
Did you feel like you were kind of like spiting? You were like, in your fucking face, I ate it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to eat all this.
I went and found him, and I showed him my clean plate.
licked it in front of
I
him.
love that about you because
I
I'm a
took a photo of my
completionist
clean
too.
plate. I sent it to my mom. Look what I did. I cleaned my plate.
You
Were
got
the
to
other
watch TV.
comics eating less food?
No, everyone had the same thing. Everyone got a burger and fries.
It
So
is
what was
weird.
Tad's reaction to your answer? That will tell us
Man,
what
he barely
meant.
reacted. Like he had a smile on his face,
And then turned around and walked away.
he looked like he was doing something.
Wait, he's in line to order food?
No. He's just standing at the bar.
But that's where he's standing. He's not passing you.
Uh-huh.
I think if I think he goes and I'm trying to picture the venue.
Uh-huh.
He plants himself at the
Uh-huh.
bar. He realizes he's physically close to you.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna make a joke with this guy. I think it was a friendly
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
that he was fucking
Well,
with you.
you know, there's a little bit about the setup of the bar that you don't understand. The
It's
burger
Ed DeBevitt.
counter, the burger counter is where you are. I'm at the table. The bar is where these chairs are.
Uh-huh.
Tad's to my left.
Yeah.
So he's not even like that's not even where you get burgers from. You know, he's just standing in an open area.
Yeah, but he's standing there drinking. He's planted.
Yeah, he's drinking.
But
Yeah.
he's planted
With his
close
friends.
to you
Uh-huh.
at
That's
a
his
place
shtick.
where I think he
Mhm.
thinks that physically. I think Tad's the kind of guy where like you get close to him, he's gonna make a joke.
If
and you
I'm-
were close.
If I'm Tad, this is what I was trying to do. I was trying to do this
Tad's
exact
the guy
thing.
who Tad is one of those people that you would describe as, oh, he's never met a stranger. But you know what they don't tell you? The other side of that, lots of strangers have never met Tad, right? Like you know those people who they make friends everywhere they go.
Never met a
Do you know
stranger.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying? These people who like everywhere they go, they're like talking to everybody, even people who don't want to be talked to.
Yep.
That's Tad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So what I'm saying
talk
is-
to me.
He's
what
a
I'm saying
tad
is,
bit
He
aggressive.
never
we-
checked in.
Tad's a lot, and I think we can say that now. Now that we really know Tad, Tad's a bit much.
Now that you know a little bit about Tad, you want to change your opinion about George Kittle?
No, I was about to say George Kittle and Tad seem. It might have been George Kittle
Oh
from
yeah.
the story that
He's a
Andy's
lot,
told.
from what you said.
Yeah, he seems like a
George
lot.
Kittle is the right amount.
well, I can vouch for the fact that George Kittle had to have a police escort from the game tonight.
Is that right? How do
Yes,
you
he
get? Are
did.
you on like you got a CB radio?
I do
mean,
have a
what do you
CB
got?
radio.
You're just on all
It's hooked
this.
up
huh?
to my
Got a
Alexa.
scanner. Yeah.
You just
Will
really,
his family's sprinter?
Wait, what?
he's talking. He's got
got a
inside
little
George
inside-
Kittle.
George
that's
Kittle's
a
family
very inside
travels in
George
a
Kittle
sprinter to
podcast.
the
Oh, they
games.
travel in a sprinter.
Oh, do
van?
they?
Like bigger than a sprinter.
That's pretty
Something.
cool.
They go from his house to the games, drinking on the bus.
Oh, I was thinking for some
Tailgating
reason I
that
was
thing?
thinking of a dog of some kind.
How's George Kittle not in Skittles commercials?
That's kind of
Oh my God,
up.
Kittle Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles.
Kittle
loves
yeah, yeah.
Skittles.
Marshawn Lynch should pass the torch.
Get in
Yeah,
there.
He might be allergic to sugar.
You think so?
George Kittle?
That's my only guess.
God, he
why
is a
he's
lot.
not
He
in those
seems like a lot, right? I mean,
This
allergic to
is
sugar.
crazy.
Get over
we don't
yourself,
even know
George.
if that's true. I've probably seen him eat sugar.
Whose name's George anymore? Grow up, George.
Tori was doing. She was writing scripts for Lenny Kravitz. They were doing a giveaway with Lenny Kravitz.
That's
Yeah,
not like a
and-
thing we're not supposed to talk about.
And maybe we're not supposed to talk about.
Wait, did you say scripts like prescriptions?
Yeah. She writes.
Yeah.
See, I'm covering you. I'm
She
covering
writes
you.
She writes prescriptions. She's writing them for all the celebs. Anyway, we're just like on a walk or something, and she's thinking about what she's gonna have. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about it. Anyway, my idea that I felt very passionate about that she didn't use because it's bad, but I kept saying you should have him be like, "Isn't it weird? My name's Lenny."
Yeah. That's pretty
It's
fun.
weird. You always
Yeah,
think
yeah.
of Lenny Kravitz. You never just think of me walking up to someone like, "Hey, my name's Lenny."
My name's Lenny.
It's
Yeah.
weird, huh? It's weird.
Then you have the opportunity for
Yeah.
the other person, which I'm
Lenny,
going to blank on
George.
the band. They go, no, the guy from whatever the band is, and he goes, that's Lemmy. So
Motorhead.
there's not
Motorhead, yeah.
That's
No,
Motorhead.
not Lemmy. Lenny.
I'm Lenny.
I'm a good
Lenny
Lemmy
is an
guy.
interesting
So,
nickname for Leonard,
Not a lot of people named Lenny.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's short for Leonard.
Now,
Hmm.
how many of her ideas?
Wait, I got a like that's not real. Like,
Huh?
am I crazy?
Well,
He's
I
questioning
gotta.
it.
I don't know that Lenny Kravitz is short for Leonard Kravitz.
Well, it's long for Len. How many?
That's not something I know.
What, is that Mitch Hedberg's actual line?
I don't know.
Is
Is
it that? Remember, there's like he dated a Lynn with one end and a Lynn with two ends.
Oh no, his
Oh,
line's
Lynn.
different. He's like, whenever I say her name, I got to make sure I don't say for too long.
Yeah. Now, how many of Tori's scripts were about when Lenny Kravitz split his leather pants and his penis popped out on stage? Because I mean,
That's what the giveaway was.
was
They were
a
giving
signed
away.
photo of
They were
that?
giving away those pants with a
Oh.
plaster cast.
His
I gotta
dog came
sign up.
out
Oh, fully. Yeah. You know?
like that guy at the combine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Dick popped out. That's what he says.
What
You guys not
happened?
seen that clip? So there's a guy, there's a big lineman running the 40
I'm-
at the
I'm-
combine.
His name's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway,
He runs and
Chris
you know,
Jones,
Chris Jones
isn't it?
tumbles at the end. But he's wearing like all spandex, two pieces. He hits the ground. Shorts come down. You see his penis.
It flops.
But
If there's ever been a better definition of that word, it's what that dick did.
they get him on mic. He goes back to one of the guys at the start. He goes, "Dick popped out." it's really
That's
great. Really great. Put
Well, we're
that-
having some laughs. You guys want to get into your laughs of the week?
Oh yeah, get a
Oh,
laugh of the
Laugh
week.
of the week?
I'll tell you, my laugh of the week is I'm home last night. Maura walks the dog by herself. Sometimes, usually we go as a family. Sometimes some people wants alone time, nice leisurely walk. She goes
Yeah,
by
dude,
herself.
it's 2024.
While I'm in there, I hear a helicopter like circling, and then I hear what sounds like a megaphone, but I can't. I just like wow 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 wow. I can't hear what it is. So I get ready to go outside, and as I'm getting ready to go out, she's coming up the stairs. I go, "Is there a helicopter like saying something to you?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's like Glendale residents, whatever. I don't know, it's loud." And then she walks inside, and I'm like, "Well, it seems like we should know what they're saying."
Go in your homes.
She's like, "I don't know." And so we look on next door, and the helicopter was circling, going, "Glendale residents, stay indoors. The suspect is armed and dangerous."
Oh my god!
She's just like, "Whatever, shut up."
And they were talking about Maura.
Yeah.
What'd she do?
She. Well, I don't want to get into it. I'm not like you sharing family secrets over there. I just thought it was so funny that she was just annoyed.
Whatever.
Annoyed by-
Did they catch the guy? Did you find out?
Well, I don't know.
Or gal?
We didn't
Could've
get
been a gal.
an ending on next door, but like minutes later, cop cars with sirens flying by us on the street. So
That's fun.
somebody.
Sometimes I'll jump in the
somebody on the
windows
loose.
that pass.
Well,
from outside.
Here's you
You
got
got laugh
yours.
of the
You
week?
queued up.
I got one, but it's this. We've never talked about this in a segment. Laugh of the week ideally is meant to make the audience
Mhm,
laugh.
mhm.
There's this one. It just made me laugh, but it really got me. We were at family dinner. We were doing a little family dinner, having sushi particularly, I would say a good time because the girls are chatty and having a good time. They're talking about the show The Rookie, where Nathan Fillion plays a older rookie, and one of the cops gets shot. And as they're talking about this show, they're like, and then she gets shot, and then everyone goes, and then she was just like, blah, 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 and she does a hilarious impression of this cop getting shot in the neck and grabbing to hold the blood in, and just committed to the bit so hard. I laughed. I'm a big laugher already. I distracted an entire sushi restaurant. It was fully my laugh.
So is that show? They're just now getting to it in a binge stream situation, or because it's not still on, is it?
I think it may still be on.
I also got that show all wrong. I thought it was like a comedic take on Cops, where it's like he's old rookie. I didn't know people were getting shot in the neck and dying.
You said The Rookie. I assumed it was about baseball.
There is a baseball movie called The Rookie.
Yeah.
So you're right.
I'm thinking of Castle, which is the previous Nathan Fillion vehicle.
Nathan Fillion, he's all over the place. He's very talented.
On a flight with him.
I thought he was
I'm not trying to brag.
You won a fight against him?
No, I was on a flight with him. I was on an Easter Sunday flight.
Well, don't be modest. You also won that fight.
I did. Well, I'm
what did he do? He leaned his seat back?
I signed an NDA. And
he climbed over you?
No dicks allowed. What?
What did he do? He climbed over you on the flight?
That's the dumbest joke I've ever said. No, I'm on an Easter Sunday flight. There's someone behind me. I don't know who they are, but the flight attendant is awestruck by them. And she says, I'm so sorry. We're not supposed to do this. I'd never do this. But you're on the cover of the Flight magazine this month. Do you mind signing it for me? And then I hear the regal tones of Patrick Stewart.
Wow.
You know, the best starship captain of all time. And
he's working on the airline?
And so he's just sitting there. Because I got
up tough business.
This was
now.
back when I was in first class, upgraded because I was Delta before. This guy over here convinced me to switch to fucking Southwest years ago. And I lost all my first class privileges.
This guy, what a piece of shit. Go get him. Now he's back on Delta.
Anyway, he's on Delta now. And I'm on Delta now again.
Well, I would bail Southwest now. I mean, they're getting
Did you get
rid
his
of all the
points?
things.
Is that why you went to Delta?
Yeah.
You got
They gave me his
Meanwhile, I'm over here in Zone 6 wondering what I did with my life. Anyway, so... And then I'm like, oh my God, Patrick Stewart's here. You know, if anything happens to this plane, we're going to be in good shape. Then Nathan
and Patrick
Fillion
Stewart's sitting behind you,
behind me in first class.
They don't rank importance in first class.
Why? I can't think of how first class is
Don't do that
behind.
to my guy. They might. You don't know.
So anyway, they know me.
Well, but the first class usually at the front of the plane, and
yeah, he was behind.
How are you confused?
I was
in row 1.
I was in row 2.
Patrick Stewart's in row 2.
This is important to the story. I was in row 2. Patrick was in row 3. He's aisle. I'm a window guy.
They
know
that
this
about
one
like a school bus, Andy. They put all the cool kids in the back. You know?
Nathan Fillion gets on the plane. He's row 1 with his a lady friend, and I'm like, oh, now I've got another starship captain. From the movie in
Shutterfly or something like that.
Firefly.
And I was like, if anything happens to the pilot of this plane, we're in good hands, right? I'm like, this is great. And then I look to my left.
I wonder, are you making these jokes out loud? Okay, that's what I wanted to be happening.
Do you guys want?
That's a good in, though. I
wish I should have.
Pilot's dead. Should we land this on the moon? Where do you guys want to go?
This next thing I did say out loud, and regrettably, I'm like, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm like Patrick Stewart, Nathan Fillion, and I look to my left, and I didn't notice it, and then I just see Tom Green's dumb face.
Why are you saying dumb?
And my first thought was, "Don't fuck this up, Tom Green." I recently watched Freddy Got Fingered, and I was just thinking of him,
the Tom Green
being like a over the top, like.
Dude,
rubbing his bum
if this goes well, they're gonna invite us on the next flight. Don't fuck this up.
Where were you going? Was this to the Catskills?
I was
like a crazy amount of people.
It was a layover somewhere on the way back to LA on Easter Sunday, but anyway, okay. Yeah,
who led the prayer?
What'd you say?
I just go, oh. But internally, I'm thinking, don't fuck this up, Tom Green. But I look at him and I just go, oh.
You just make that noise, Tom Green.
I made a noise like I'm an old, like Eastern European woman, like, ugh. Without realizing it, just kind of happened. Because I was on such a high, and then I see him, and I'm like, oh, he's going to screw this up somehow by trying to be funny, and then the plane crashes.
And what did Tom Green? What noise did he make back at you?
He had his headphones in, didn't he?
Okay, all right.
Luckily.
I think that's Tom Green hears that. I think you're his dad, where he's like, Was he making a joke about the fact that they're here, and then he sees me third, and he's like, "Oh,
I should have saw you first, then Nathan, and then Patrick."
My
proper
comedy's
build.
weird. He might have been trying to relate to me. I don't know what was
Yeah.
going on. You know, I'd love to know.
oh."
You guys ever see that video of Patrick Stewart teaching his girlfriend how to do the quadruple take?
No.
No.
This is all right. Well, after we'll watch it between episodes. It's so funny.
You seen the video of Patrick Stewart and James Corden being real mean to each other on stage? That's
in real
That
life.
sounds fun.
in real life. Yeah, it's at some award show.
Oh
As a
shit!
bit?
I have seen this.
No,
And they're-
not as a bit.
And they're being serious.
They're being serious.
Oh.
It's very awkward and
We got
tense.
2 videos to watch
Yeah.
between episodes.
Check it out. Pause the pod.
Well, I'm going to put my money on Patrick Stewart in that case,
Mm-hmm.
just because he's got the voice
Mm-hmm.
and the serious face.
He's a knight.
He's a nice sir.
and he's
yeah.
a knight. Even though I'm not big on royalty, we can talk about that later.
Well, he's
But,
a knight.
Yeah,
Oh, can I
we
tell
don't
you
have to do that, right? Like that's always when people are knighted and they're like, "It's Sir, whatever." I'm like, that doesn't apply to us,
No.
right? Didn't we win an award and just be able to call him Elton or Big L?
Yeah.
Big L.
That's
Yeah.
why
Or
we won.
Ian. That's what that war was about. Yeah.
You know
I
who
want
else
to do
got knighted?
nicknames.
Tom Jones.
I don't want to be doing sir.
Tom Jones is knighted.
Tom Jones is knighted. He's a sir.
They're
Wait,
just giving it
where's
to
he
anybody,
knighted?
huh? They're running out of guys over
English. England. He's from Wales. UK. He's a Welshman.
there. In the UK.
Wow. I
All
love
right.
your geography.
You guys want to hear? You want to hear my life of the week?
Oh yeah.
I go to the doctor last week, and I'm getting my
Dick
physical,
looked at.
and she's checking my reflexes or something. She's doing. I haven't been to the doctor in a while. I don't remember that. Not like tapping the knee, but she's like, put your arms out, and then she like pushed down on my. I'm gonna push down. You push up, and like in and out. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Seeing how
all the-
strong you
she's
are.
doing all these things, but her instructions are a little bit behind her movements. And so I'm like trying to guess what she's gonna say because I want my reflexes to be really good.
Uh-huh.
And also I think she's rushing through it more than she should. So it's like push up, push down, push out, push out, and then she puts her fingers like this. She was like her 2 index fingers points them down for the people that are only listening, and I start milking them. I grab both and I do like this. I do like this, and she goes, squeeze. And I was like, oh, I just assumed that this would be milk them.
Oh my god! Did you apologize?
I got a laugh from her. I was like, I'm sorry. I thought it would be milk them.
I grew up on a farm.
I never had this test done before.
That
That's
is
the
weird.
first time that's ever happened to her.
I've never heard of that test.
This isn't the milk lemonade test. What a weird.
What test is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, everything is like push this way, push that way. What I thought, what crazy? You do this, I do this.
I mean,
she just
that-
does the.
I don't know, like that. That feels like it should be part of the test. Like you should have been prescribed something off of that reaction.
She does the wrong move, and then you
Yeah.
just cut to the waiting room, and Andy's walking out, and just like, "I'm so sorry. I thought you meant
Yeah.
push." And
And here's another. This isn't even the laugh of the week, but Tori had been the week before me, and so the nurse was in, and she was, taking my blood and stuff, chit chatting, and I was like, "Oh yeah, my wife was here last week," and she goes, "Oh yeah, who's your wife?" And I said,
Her name.
I said her name.
did
I was in my mind. I was like,
He didn't want to
in my
say
mind
it.
for a second. I was like, should I be saying her full
Yeah.
name on the podcast?
No,
But people
no.
probably put that together. Anyway, so I say her name, and she gives me a look like, oh, it's not ringing any bells. And I go, oh, she's like a small blonde woman. And she's like, we see quite a few of those here in Los Angeles.
So she's like,
So I don't even know what she wanted me to be saying. Tori goes there. You should have said 5'1", 190 pounds, 180 over 35 blood pressure. Like rattle off the whole thing. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. It was
Pretty
funny.
good.
I
I think they
definitely
know
don't
people
think
by
you
their-
should have said her weight. Just any weight. I know that it was not just a number.
well,
I'll give you a sad trombone.
oh, you do. Okay,
We got buttons.
You got the board. Now everyone's talking about their family, and I'm not going to take it as a personal slight, but I will say this: I have a laugh of the week, and I'm not sure I should say it,
Well, no,
but
come
I've
on.
been given full permission by the person who said
Oh,
this thing
wow.
that made me
Andy
laugh
has
so
said
much.
19 things he shouldn't have said in the past 4
This
minutes.
is the hottest episode Andy's
This
ever
is-
had.
Oh, that's right. You have that a couple of, but I also, when you were saying I probably shouldn't say her name, I was like, well, if you say her first name, they know what her last name
I know.
is.
That's why I was like, I already probably,
Queen.
Anyway, it took me
Who's my
about halfway
queen?
through the last Transformers movie to be like, you know, this is about Optimus. He's Optimus Prime. And my
cartoon.
buddy was like, you're kidding, right? Yeah, the cartoon. And he goes, you're kidding, right? And I go, no, it all makes sense now. And he goes, this is an origin movie. And I go, what? No, but it's only just now become clear that he's Optimus Prime. Anyway, so it takes me a while. But this was out of blue.
Out of blue.
I don't use. I went on a date with a British woman. That's why I say out of blue. I don't use the word "the" anymore. So out
I
of
didn't
blue, Dave Waite, friend of the show, says this right before I got picked up tonight. I'm the sling blade of big titties.
I don't know.
And I go, what? And he
I don't
goes,
like it.
I love them. Just with no context.
What?
I'm the sling blade.
up.
Yeah.
French fried potatoes.
French fried
Because it was biscuits, right? Or no, it was French fried potatoes.
French fried potatoes. Yeah.
Or French fried potatoes.
fries. Yeah. I think you shouldn't have said it because you just burned his new closer. Is what I think
Yeah,
you just
right?
did there.
But I just couldn't stop laughing. I almost spit the eggnog out of my nose.
It always comes back to the knob.
It
with you.
does.
What else you got on that there rundown, Andy?
Tommy, you want to hit us with this conversation starter you got?
I'll do this conversation starter.
Yeah, let's get into
This
it.
is a,
Let's have a little chat.
Relationship, opinion, theory. You know, we're gonna get into it a little.
Oh, wait. I'll stop interrupting. But what is a relationship opinion theory? So an opinion about a relationship or a theory about it?
It's contextually is about relationships.
Oh, got it.
So then it'll be like your opinion or theory.
Yeah, if you got to ask,
on
you can't
that.
afford it, bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it.
So this is kind of a little bit of a present fight, where just get into the nuts and bolts of it. If you say, "Hey, I'm going out to the Dave and Buster's tonight
With my boys,
or I'm going out with my boys.
Mhm.
I'm going out with specifically Ryan,
or raise a
whatever."
little hell.
Mhm.
And you
And-
can't stop me. That kind of
And no.
thing? Oh,
You're
okay.
just saying like, "Hey, we don't have any plans tonight. I'm gonna go. Everything is peaceful, and you're just saying I'm going out tonight
This is where
to
I'll
watch
be.
the game.
Mhm.
This is where I'll be, right? So then when you go there and you be there, and then all of a sudden the game ends and you go, well, now we're gonna shoot over there to that place. Are you relationship wise required to tell them about the change of venue?
Change of location.
Are you asking for you or for us? Because I think that's different answers.
Because I would say I don't think I go if the thing is like, hey, I'm not gonna be here. I'm just letting you know we're all good there. I don't think that I should be like, now I'm here, and now we went over here.
Mm-hmm.
But I know someone very close to me who completely disagrees with how I look at it.
Is that right? Is that right?
Is that well? Let me ask you this very important question:
Everett's a stickler.
Are you sharing location
Mm-hmm.
on cell phones?
Yeah, I get tracked. She knows
Oh,
where
Are
I
you
am.
Tracked, yeah.
I don't do that.
Then it changes a little bit. I'm only tracked by one person,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my mother
Uh-huh.
Okay.
that has requested to track me, which is a whole nother thing. But if you're not sharing location,
Yeah.
tracking GPS style through cell phones, that's a little bit. That's a whole nother level, right? So not knowing where someone is could be a fear that someone has if they're needed,
Okay.
or if something happens and they need to know where you're at. That could be a thing. Fear of earthquakes.
To me, it's less about
Yeah, it's fear-based.
it's less about the where you're going and more when you're coming home, where it's like, now I'm going to another place. The thing I was at is over.
Yeah.
Now I'm going here, so I'll be home a little later than maybe you thought, or whatever. Where it's just kind of keeping you in the loop of
I guess I see
it's
that.
like
I mean,
ETA.
for me, which I totally see your point right now. You made it concise and not super mad at me, so I think I was able to hear it better. But I look at it as, in our situation specifically, is like, hey, I'm saying, do you have plans tonight? Because if you do, I don't have plans because I'll hang with the kids. But do you have plans? She says no. Okay, so since someone can watch the kids, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do a thing. And to me, it's like the kids go to bed at 8:30. I know that like that's the hard part, and if I'm already out past that, I'm like, then 9:15 is the same as 2 a.m. to me. And she is like, or this person I know, a friend of mine, is like, how would you feel if I did that? And I'm like, I would not care. So it's not one-sided. It really is like, if you say I'm going, as long as I'm like, I got the kids, I know I can't make plans elsewhere. If I don't know, there are times where it's like, maybe there's like, hey, I'm worried about safety, but most, other than a random fear, it's like, you're gone. I don't need to hear if you're like leaving Applebee's and you're going to Chili's. You know what I mean? They got a better happy hour.
But don't you just want someone
What a
to
night
want
that would be.
to know where you are? You know what I mean?
I don't want someone to want to know where I am.
I think it feels good. I broke up one time and I got off a train, and that's usually when I would call the person I was with. And then I picked up my phone and I was like, oh, nobody cares where I am.
Yeah, nobody cares.
It felt bad. It didn't feel good.
That feels freedom to me.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that's, you just described
You feel free.
what our forefathers wrote about.
Well, you
in a
both,
little document I like to call.
you both are wild horses. You can't be broken or tamed. To me, it felt bad. I was like, I want someone to know where I want someone to
So
want
what do
to
you
know
do
where I
when
am.
you go out and you go, I'm going to point A, and then at point A you go, I'm going to point B now. But even, let's say you're in this situation, you're going to be back at the same time. The screens went out at point A, and you go, we got to watch the second half of the game at the other place. Do you feel like you're obligated, or they're obligated to tell you when they change locations?
Not an obligation if it's like still within if it's a sporting event and it's like the TVs went out at halftime, we went to a different place. That's all the same to me. To me, it's about time. And this has happened before, where we've gone out and done stuff, and then we've come back here and like hung out for a while. I'll let Maura know. I'll go, hey, I'm gonna hang out in Tommy's backyard, and then so she knows I'll be home later than I normally would.
And at that point, you've checked in for the night. If you stay there, it's not, hey, now it's 11:30.
I moved to the living room. I think it's an expectation of time gone.
Yeah, I see this time thing.
So it's all about the expectation of something, right?
Time.
I thought it was
when
more
expectations
location-based.
when expectations change unexpectedly, that's when I think problems can occur.
My phone just buzzed, and I was like, not looking forward to what my future would be if that was just a text of, I can hear you guys.
I was actually wondering about that.
Just to be safe, let her know you're back here.
Also, what do you guys want to do after this?
Yeah, let's go somewhere.
For me, it's all about
You might go
expectations.
out. Well, what do we got left on the
Well,
old
we
rundown,
still
Andy?
got a lot of stuff left.
Oh shit, dude!
Did we do your etiquette question, Alex?
We did not. It seems like
Let's
we're in
hear
an
it.
etiquette kind of place
This is an etiquette
right now.
podcast today.
And I'll toss this out there. Tommy and I went to a housewarming party. We went in separate cars, but the same house we warmed.
Whose house got warmed?
Friend of the pod. I don't know. Friend of the pod. I don't. If we're. I'm learning from your mistakes. I don't know if we should be saying names. But we go there, housewarming party. More and I get there about 45 minutes after the scheduled start time of the party. So it's in full swing.
You guys are late. Rude.
Well,
What else?
I think. If I could pull the curtain fully back, Tommy got there first, which
I'll talk about that.
Yeah,
because I've never been on time like that, and I'm not doing it anymore. Everybody that's giving me a hard time for being late, I'm right. I've been doing it the
I'm
right
Ricky
way.
Anderson.
to parties,
I'm the leadoff
I think
hitter.
you come a little late. You don't
Put me up first.
You don't get there right away. But my etiquette question is: you go to a housewarming party, and there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And you're going to someone's home. you
This guy
feel like
doesn't
you should check
think I know
in
what a housewarming party
with
is.
the hosts, but they're in conversations with people.
Thinks he had to tell me it's at a house.
Andy, this is what a house is. So there's a roof, and there's at least 4 walls. Sometimes there's a bathroom. Do
But
you have
is your heart there?
Yeah, hopefully, you know,
Okay.
if you could get the mat. Now, my etiquette question is: do you check in with the host even if they're in a conversation with somebody to be like, "Hey, I'm at your house. I'm here,"
Oh no.
or do you
Well, I'd
just
say yeah.
linger in their home?
I think Alex just sat in a chair and let everything come to him.
No, I went and saw you 1st. You were in the kitchen.
I'm not
Here's the move
host.
I do. I catch the host's eyes with the bottle of wine that I brought, and I go, should I set this down in the kitchen? Where do I set this?
Well, we brought a fire extinguisher, so
That's actually a
That's
pretty
your
nice
go-to.
move.
That's your
go-to
go-to.
house
That is a
warming
nice
gift.
house.
No,
warming
I'm gonna imagine I've ever been invited to a housewarming party. We're gonna do an imaginal world exercise. I think you within the first half an hour, if you haven't established contact or eye contact, if they have not, if they don't have visual contact that you have arrived, you have to seek them out and at least give a from across the room a move like that.
Give a hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Can I say,
Did you leave without even saying?
No, I mean we were there for a while.
I talked to the host, one of the hosts, for a good chunk of time, as I was the first person there. And I can
were
tell
you guys
you,
setting out the snacks together?
so many people, I saw so many people get to this party, and they did exactly what you did. That's like everyone's move.
Of just where do I put this?
I didn't think about it until you said it. I was like, oh, that's what they all do. They hold the gift up, and they go, where do you want me to put this?
You get acknowledgement for your gift.
Chooses. It's right over there. I'm be right out. I was just doing this, or they can go, Tommy, I'm sorry, I got to bail.
But
That's
they
right.
weren't in the kitchen when all the gifts were in the. We got there, all the gifts were in the kitchen, so we were like, well, that's where the gifts goes. We put it in the kitchen, and then now we're just left.
How long did you go before you made eye contact with them?
I mean, we saw that. My question is like, do you go up and like, huh? You know
I
what
think
I mean?
just
Like,
seeing them.
Yeah.
They
No
know
one's
you're
hug if they're
there.
in
no
a
one's having such an
conversation.
important conversation in that setting that everyone knows this is their house. Everyone's coming here because of it. So if I'm having a conversation with that person and someone else arrives and then interrupts to say hi, I'm not going to be like, how dare you? I'm having a conversation, right? You know what I mean?
now here's another etiquette question, and I think I can do it because I protected identities here. I'm going to ask this question for Tommy. Also at this party, not going to say the celebrity's name. Celebrity at the party.
Whoa!
Only celebrity at the party.
What celebrity it is.
Tommy feels
Will you say what celebrity it
that
is
you
got to
send out a text to the guests that there's going to be a celebrity at the party.
Like
no
a
way.
warning?
I think no way, because then people are telling that, and people that weren't going to show up are going to show up.
Oh, I don't think I would be friends with people
Depends
like
on
that.
level
Yeah.
of celebrity. Depends on level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
makes
does
sense.
depend on level. But if you were like 50-50 and then someone was like, guess who's here?
Jeff Bezos.
You're like, yeah, I think
Did
I'll
I get
come.
it?
But
You
I was
nailed
also
it, my
when I'm
man.
saying you got to tell.
It was Jeff Bezos?
It was Jeff Bezos.
When I'm saying you got to tell people, I do think that when I was thinking of it, it's like your close circle of people. Like you have a housewarming party and there's X amount of people coming. You hold some of them closer as like, hey, this person's gonna be here.
Was the person that was having the party talking to the celebrity? Is that why you wouldn't go interrupt the
No,
conversation?
I didn't even know that the celebrity was there till Tommy told me, and I turned and looked out a window, and sure enough, there they were.
Nathan Fillion.
Wouldn't that be wild?
What if it
And
was
then
Tom Green?
shows up and you're like, don't fuck this party up.
No, I knew a fair amount of people at this party, and both of the hosts were talking to people I didn't know, and I just felt rude going up and being like,
I've
hey,
never felt rude
you know.
interrupting.
never felt rude in my life.
Did they come to you at some point?
That's yes, they both
So you made them come to you. I see.
Well, no,
But it is a
don't
power
say
move.
it like
That's
that.
a
He's
power
doing
move.
power
Yeah, they'll come
moves.
to me.
You
They see
know.
the fire
And I just
extinguisher?
have to say, when
I'll
you're the
take it
first
back.
person that shows up, the host knows you care the most. You care the most.
Did you
I
get
was
there at 4? Pre-4?
One of the couple the host did it.
Uh-huh.
One of them was in the shower, and I'm like, this is early. I'm like,
Well,
it's
they made
just me.
they made the mistake of assuming everyone would be late. If they're in the shower at the start time.
Well, that's what you do to a
that's-
I
party.
think everybody
Yeah,
should be
shower
late.
start
As a
time.
person who got there on time, I think everybody should be late. I feel like I should apologize for being on time.
Yeah, I think you should.
People apologizing for being late is
See,
ridiculous.
this is a losing battle. This is uphill that I've been fighting for years. We can't.
You can't be on time.
We can't encourage people to be late. Like you're doing.
I disagree.
Right,
At parties, it's specific to a party. I think you can be a little late to a party.
There's
In
a grace
life,
period.
Well, you know what a party is? A great time. So
The
being
later
late
you are to a
equals
party,
a
the
great
less
time.
party you get to party.
That's a great
I
point.
have thought about that in places where you're like, I'm gonna get the most party out of this party.
Right? You have to get the most party out of the party.
When you get there, people are still plugging
That's
things
why
in.
there's the phrase that we all know: "Don't be late to the party."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that phrase.
I mean, how can you forget? It's so iconic.
You know what? If I would have just remembered that phrase, I wouldn't even have brought up this etiquette question. You know?
Well, let me. Okay, I'm not going to keep guessing the celebrity, but because you're
You're not gonna have to guess. I'll tell you, but we just can't tell it on the
We'll tell
podcast.
you off
I'll let
pod.
you know.
Oh, okay.
I
You
would,
can find out.
that kind of person sucks. I don't like that person where they're like, I'm working on a show. I can't.
I'm not
And I'm
gonna
like,
tell you.
you can tell me or you don't bring it up. Or
Yes.
we fight each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
We can't be in
Well,
a
I'm
middle ground.
100% for violence in a situation
I'll
like that.
Did anybody fight at this party?
No,
No
fights.
fight.
I did get a house
Oh.
tour with a group of people who I don't know, and there's just a bit I'll sometimes do when I go to somebody's house for the first time, where I just ask how much some things cost,
Uh-huh.
and so we're just in there, and she's like,
That's
"It's
a good
this,
bit.
it's this," and then I just go, "How much does that desk cost?" And you're always rolling the dice of like, do these 5 people know it's a bit? And it gets a bit of a laugh, and I'm still like, I hope
playing
they
it.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows. And then another woman, and 5 seconds later, goes, "How much did these go?" Like, just piggybacked it. So
we can ask.
I was like, "This is great. We're just we're a fun tour.
We
We're
can
doing the fun
ask
tour of the
now,
house."
baby. That's a fun tour.
That's a great bit.
Great bit. So
Can I use that at Applebee's?
That's Tommy's. How much does this photo of the high school volleyball team cost?
Can I? I
How
know it's
much-
not on the menu, but how much for the stool?
I see. I thought you were asking about the food.
That's what I was. I was in the same place. That's
I
the
should've.
bit.
It's
How
probably
much
a
is
funnier
this
bit
cheeseburger?
that way.
It's on the menu.
I
You
took
can
it too
just
far.
look.
You're right. I should
That's great.
have stuck to the nuts and bolts. I do that at places though, like bookstores. I'll walk up just to be like, I'm just going to do a fun bit and make them
Mhm.
think that I'm
Yeah.
some raggedy, really rich guy who's like one of those. I'm super rich, but I want everyone to think I'm poor, right? And so I walk up and I go, the rare books in that big bookshelf back there that's locked. He goes, yeah. He's like, you need to see a book. I go, no. How much for the bookcase? And he goes, what? And I go, it's a place called the Psychic Eye Bookstore in the Valley.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, I'm sorry, what? And I go, I want to buy the bookcase. And he goes, the bookcase? And I go, I want the bookcase, and I want every book in there. I don't even have to look at the books. I know I want them. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. I go, who do I need to talk to? How, and can I buy it tonight? And he's like, I'd have to talk to somebody else. And I was like, okay, well, can I leave you my card or a number? You can let me know how much for the bookcase.
Uh-huh.
And I left, and I never got a call.
Really?
Huh.
Did you have a card?
No, I wrote down a piece of paper.
Can I have the
My number.
American price and also the price in Canadian
Yeah,
dollars for
yeah.
the entire bookcase?
I just need
Would
to
you
know.
take Bitcoin for this bookcase?
That's a great bit. I love that bit.
The price is the how much is this? Was a very fun live comedian experiment where something was tossed in the air and we split 2 and 2. It wasn't 4 different ideas of bits. It was 2 guys thinking about the bit of, I'm just gonna go ask Applebee's how much is this cheeseburger
Uh-huh.
or whatever, and then you guys went with things they own. Yeah,
Both
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Both. I mean, look.
you got
Yeah.
we
Both
both.
funny.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is
I think we got
the-
basically we
what's
got to
this,
the philosophy
sliding
of,
doors
you know,
of comedy. We're
Yeah.
just different universes.
Well,
I'll be Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, teams of 4.
Oh,
That's
can I be
nice.
Gwyneth Paltrow in the other universe?
Yes,
Aren't there other universes in that?
that's what
movie?
the doors are sliding.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what, I
Easy to
think
get in and out.
we've got time for one more thing.
One more thing.
Andy,
Well, then
yeah.
we got to talk about the most important thing: the new YouTube social media extravaganza that is Attack the Wax.
Oh, that's my
with
thing.
Ryan Singer and Dave Waite. You want
We-
to tell us a little bit about it? I've been
Attack
watching.
The
I've been
wax.
commenting. I'm trying to feed the algorithm for you.
Andy's a real one. That's what the
I'm
I'm
kids will
doing
call
that
him.
too. I'm just
Alex is-
not blowing smoke up your ass.
Yeah,
I'm doing I'm doing the real work out there on the Instagram.
I think I want to have a bonus segment. Attack the Wax presents Blowing Smoke. Attack the Wax. Dave Waite and I are ripping oddball packs of collectible cards.
Now, what's an oddball pack?
An
for
oddball
people?
pack is anything that's not sports related,
Mm-hmm.
right? So far we've got the Rocketeer, the movie The Rocketeer, which we thought was really interesting. Well, Dave went and bought a bunch of variety packs on one eBay listing. Made a bunch of offers on buy it now or best offer, and he lowballed. And these people are just looking to get rid of these packs from like the 80s and 90s that no one's buying. So we did the Rocketeer, we did Jaws 2. We've got Alf coming up.
I
we
can't
ripped
wait
a
for
pack.
Alf.
We
That's the
ripped
one I'm
a
excited
Bo
about.
Derek pack.
Was it just
Bo
different,
Derek?
different Bo Dereks?
And I don't want to give any spoilers about that one, but
Any rookies?
But no soft. I will say this:
Nick
some
and
soft
Fillion?
corners on those Bo Derek packs.
Oh.
But we
This is the inside baseball card talk you get.
Yeah. So is that on there? Sorry. But yeah, so we're just doing that. They're like 90 seconds. We're just having fun ripping packs, seeing what we get. Our goal is to get what's his name? Tom Selleck to open a pack of Magnum PI with us.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
That's so great.
We hope that's the dream of this.
I mean, why not try to
show.
get Alf?
You know, actually,
Alf
Dave
is
has
gettable.
Dave had a good point. He's like, "How much do you think his cards will go up when he dies?" And
Alf?
yeah.
My favorite part of this is I know where you film it, and imagining Tom Selleck have to walk into that room.
So walk into the garage where there's always a car park, so you have to like shimmy, and the door won't open all the way.
Do you have calls out to his people? How close
not yet.
is it?
Not yet. We're hoping that Tom can see the quality of the product that we're presenting over time and how genuine we are.
We got a mustache heavy audience, so there might be some people out there that know Tom Selleck, and if you do, if you could connect us,
I would love that. Tag Tom. Tag Tom. Tom tag. Put a Tom tag on there.
Tom tag,
and let Tom know that we're big fans. And we're going to open we haven't even bought the Magnum PI pack because full disclosure, the most expensive packs of the oddball packs
is that right?
that we're looking at currently. Although I did buy some, I almost bought a whole sealed hobby box of Dark Crystal.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I did get one pack, but I'm in on a couple auctions on some Dark Crystal.
You guys got any Fraggle Rocks?
You know what? We don't, but that's a really great suggestion.
Yeah, see if you can get a Fraggle Rock.
I'm trying to think what else we got coming up.
You get a Dozer card. I think that's worth some real cash.
Oh, we did T2. I think T2 is the next one we're dropping.
T2?
T2?
T2.
Oh, shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people find these videos?
They can find them on the Instagram of Dave or myself or the TikTok. So it's like at Rising.
Yeah. Hit them up. Go check them out. And if you're Edward Furlong, see if you can't get in on ripping this pack of T2 with these guys.
Come on.
That's right. I'll tell you what. If we get some good cards, I'm going to send them off to get graded. I'm going to send if we get a really good card.
Have you done any research of like what's the most valuable card in this genre of?
Well, we didn't get I really wanted a Bloody Water card, even though I didn't know what that exactly meant. And then a friend of the show, Justin Wood, comedian originally out of Columbus area, he sent me an eBay listing for a Steven Spielberg autographed Jaws 2, like a Bloody Water card. That would be a really cool card to have. But I think it was probably signed post rip.
Or a Jordan rookie, if that's in there.
Yeah, if there's a Jordan rookie, you're talking about the River
big,
Jordan
dude.
or Michael.
Oh yeah, the River.
Or
the River Styx. Tell them about that River pack you opened. The Ohio.
There's so many Mississippi base cards. No, but it's fun. It's fun to rip these old interesting packs because they've just been sealed for some of them 35, 40 years. So it's pretty cool. The gum is delicious.
Do you guys are eating the gum?
No, we're not.
Oh.
No, we're not.
Well, get out there and follow the man and watch these videos. Like, share, as this helicopter goes.
I bought Everett a pack of old cards the other day, and with a couple other things, and she's
baseball
opening.
Cards?
Yeah, and she's opening, and she gets to the 80s one or whatever, and I go, "There's gum in there," and she laughs, and then she opens it, and she goes, "There's gum in here." And I go, yeah, I said that. She goes, "How did you know?" And then I was like explaining, and it came out and it fell into the cup holder or whatever. And just in 3 pieces, on the lightest contacts.
Uh-huh.
It must have. Part
to
of me was
dust.
like, I wonder if it would kill me or if I should try it.
I am tempted to try it.
It's
Try
very
it.
tempting.
guys.
My guess is it would dissolve
Oh,
because
It'd
it's
be
so
crunchy.
brittle, right?
I wonder if
I
the
think you should
flavor
try
would
it
even
on
be
one of
there.
your videos.
Do you take Dramamine? Does anyone here take Dramamine?
no,
Am
I
I
take
the only
marijuana.
drowsy head over here? When I get motion sick, so I am always you got to chew these Dramamines, and they're little pink tablets. And you got to chew them up, and they're just chalky. My guess is they would taste like Dramamine.
Okay.
It's a very specific reference that my motion heads out there would get.
My
Emotion heads. Yeah. All right.
Andy, you
All
got some
right.
tour dates?
Well, Portland later this year, December. Portland. Also, I just looked it up. Lincoln City, Oregon, and Appleton, Wisconsin, all in December. Or if you're in the military and happen to be in the Middle East, I'll see you in November.
In the Mideast.
Right?
All right.
I'm not going anywhere
Nice.
until
yeah,
December.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Check
all
out the Patreon.
Thanks for being on the pod, bud.
Yeah. Oh my
Thanks.
God, I didn't tell you what happened to me in Florida on this
that's right.
paranormal expedition in the woods.
We'll do that on the Patreon.
The most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me happened to me last week.
That's
This
a
guy knows how to
tease.
do a
That's a
tease.
Hell
tease,
yeah.
baby.
and
Hell
it's
yeah.
scary. See, this is the Halloween episode.
Spooky. Yeah.
I mean, the Patreon is.
It's coming out
Oh,
on
I didn't
Stop
realize
doing
that.
this one.
I should have worn a Halloween outfit.
All right. Bye.
I just discovered a new laugh I have.